What's up, guys? Psycho Chef here. I'm out at the beehive right now, as you can see. So in my last video, I was talking about how I thought that the queen had disappeared. I might have accidentally squished her without knowing it, or that she was she flew off, or that something happened to her. So I came out today to make sure that the hive was okay, because they were acting a little funny yesterday. I got a text from the landlord out here, and he was seeing some odd behavior, and coming out here, I've actually seen a little bit of odd behavior myself. I'm not sure what it is, but I've already got this thing opened up, so let's take a look and see what we got going on. All right, here we are. So as you can see, the population has dramatically increased since the last time we were in here, which is good. And on this frame, let's see if I can do this with one hand. This frame's heavy. Wow. So I don't want to drop this frame here, so I'm going to set it on the hive. So all this up here, all this cap stuff up top, this is all honey. This isn't my honey, this is their honey. This is honey that's made for them. And on this side, well, the queen was just down here. I saw a little blue dot. Well, she's being really shy. I picked up the frame again and she crawled back down. But the queen's in here. I just saw her scurrying around, so she's fine. I was a little worried, but up front, you can see that there's a little bit more. There's a few more bees on here than normal, but what's really interesting is that you've got these bees that are back here doing this little dance, this little boot and scoot and shuffle. Not really sure what that is. If anyone knows what's going on here, I would be interested to know. And they're getting kind of ornery and fussy at me, so I'm probably going to go ahead and throw my gear on, but I'm just kind of curious about this. But the most important thing is that the queen's here and she's healthy and everything's hunky-dory. So I'm going to do a quick run through, make sure everything else is good, and then we'll call this one a day. So stick around. All right, so here's another little education opportunity here. Right here, we've got a little bit of drone comb that's attached to the rest of this frame. So all this right here, this is all just regular brood, excuse me. The drones are male bees, and actually there's one right there. Let's see if I can focus in on him. He's right there. It looks like he is pretty young. He may have just only hatched out recently, but this is a drone. See how much bigger he is compared to the rest of the bees, and he has those descriptive big old bug eyes that curl up all the way to the top of his head, whereas the workers have longer and a little bit more narrow eyes on the sides. So that's how you can tell the difference. Drones also have a square butt. I don't know if it's going to focus in here, but they have a square butt and no sting. Because the sting apparatus is actually an underdeveloped ovum, which is why all females have stingers, and drones don't have a sting because they don't have an ovum. They have, I don't remember what the technical term for it is, but they have the device that injects their DNA into a virgin queen. And so you can leave your imagination. So anyway, we've got some drone brood here, and you can actually see, if I don't drop the frame, you can actually see the difference in the drone brood cells. They're a little bit larger in diameter than regular worker cells, but they also stick up. So if you look down the top of the frame here, you can actually see how the drone cells stick up a little bit, whereas the regular worker cells don't. So all this right here, and you can actually tell where the drone brood is all of this on this side is all drone brood. So these are all going to be male bees. All right, so another little education moment. Remember back a while ago I said that there's nothing that'll piss a bee off like squishing one of them? Well, this is kind of what they do. This is where I was scooting the frames together and I accidentally squished one. And you can see they're congregated around the area that I accidentally squished her. And the reason they do that is because when a bee dies, whether it's killed by squished, or if it stings you, it releases an alarm pheromone. And you can actually smell it. A lot of people say it smells like bananas, but to me, it actually just smells like dough, like bread dough, raw bread dough. But you can definitely tell that they're getting a little feisty with me. I got one flying up around me right now, trying to warn me off. So it was just one of those things as I was putting the frames back in, and I squished one. So sorry, girl, I didn't mean to. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits on this one. The queen's in there. Everything's good. There's actually more eggs today. So I know that she's been laying over the last couple of days. So everything's good, and might even put the new box on this one here pretty soon. We'll see how that goes, because all this out here is going to die off within the next few weeks, and we might be going into a dearth, and I don't want to give them extra room when there's not going to be enough food to feed them all. So we'll see what happens, and I'll get some input and figure out how I'm going to go about doing it. But that's it for me, guys, and until the next one, I'll catch you later.